Hi everyone! I'm basically filming this video holding my phone on my knees, so forgive me if it's kind of shaky. The Tumblr quote of the day is 7 billion people experience this day in a different way. I thought it was just lovely because it just shows how different people's days can be, as in, you know, that mean person in the post office could have been having the shittiest day, and we just have to remember that we are the foregrounds in other people's lives, and that sometimes when someone's rude to us in public, it's not even something about us. It could be just something way deeper, about how their day's going or about what they're going through right now. So we have to stop taking things so personally. Anyways, this is a storytime video. I'm basically talking about my bad pizza experience. In Taiwan, I never, once in a blue moon do I ever order pizza. One, because the language barrier is incredibly hard to get through. It's easy to go to stores and just buy whatever because there's body language, there's facial expressions, tone of voice, you know, so it's a lot easier to be in public, you know. But over the phone it's very difficult because you can't sense that. One time my parents left. Well, I mean, usually my mom orders pizza and gets through all the troubles and everything. They went on holiday, left me some money, and I was like, oh, it's my first night here, might as well order some pizza. So I ring up the pizza company, and first of all, it's very hard to find the pizza number on the internet because they want you to order online, but I can't even order online because I'm useless and I can't read Chinese. So I finally find a number, and I remember one time, long time ago, I ordered pizza, and they were like, oh, this is the wrong district, this is like blah blah district, I'm gonna redirect you to the Danshui district, because I live in Danshui. Okay, so I find the number, I call them, they ask my number, I give them my number, they ask for my address, I give them my address. Obviously, because of the language barrier, the address was a little bit difficult because I could say my address in Chinese, but I don't know how to say alley. And I tried to translate it, but it wasn't the way that they could understand it. So anyway, I give them my address, and they didn't redirect me, so I assumed it was the Danshui district. And I gave them my order. I wanted a large Hawaiian pizza, and that's it. And they're like, oh, because it's typhoon weather, or like typhoon weather is coming up, it's gonna take 2 hours to arrive. So I was like, okay, sure, I don't mind. At first I was like 2 hours, but then I was like, okay, whatever, I completely understand. Sorry if my camera's super wobbly. Anyways, I'm waiting. It was 7 o'clock when I called them. 9 o'clock rolls around, and it's 9:15 and I finally get a call. So they called me and they're like, what's your address? And I'm like, I already gave you my address. I'm obviously getting kind of frustrated because I'm hungry. And they're like, oh, yeah, we're in Juway, which is like 2 stations away from Danshui, by train, by MRT. And I was like, okay, so does that mean my pizza's gonna come later? And they're like, no, we can't deliver you your pizza. And I'm like, no, I already ordered a pizza. It's like 9:15, you're already late. I need to get my pizza. And they were like, obviously language barrier was an issue. And they're like, okay, tell me, where do you live? I gave them my address again. And then I told them, I'm like, it's a green building in front of the police station. And they were like, okay. They hung up, call me 15 minutes back later. They're like, oh, we can't deliver your pizza. And I'm like, why not? And they're like, oh, because this is the Juway district. And I'm like, well, why didn't you redirect me to the Danshui district? Obviously, I'm getting hella mad because I'm like, fuck, I'm just fucking hungry. There's no food in the fridge, and I'm too lazy to go outside. And so after like back and forth of them constantly asking for my address, then I'm like, okay, can I talk to your manager? And he's like, oh, like suddenly he started to really understand me when I started to get super mad. So I'm like, can I speak to your manager? And he's like, oh, my manager's not here. And I'm like, oh, well, okay, fine. If your manager's not there, I'm just gonna walk to the police station, which is in front of my house, because I need my pizza. And then he was like, oh, I'm sorry. He's just like talking, and then suddenly his English gets really great. Like his English becomes like immaculate. And I'm like, okay, so I need my pizza here now. My children are starving. It's 9:45. My children are going to be starving while you eat my Hawaiian pizza or throw it away while my kids go to bed without food, and I'm gonna be hungry all day, and my kids are crying. I need my food. And then he starts getting really, really worried, and then finally gives me to his manager. So I talk to his manager, I tell him the problem, I give them my address for the millionth time, and he's like, okay, sure, we should have directed you to the Donchway district. I'm sorry this happened. I'm sorry that your children are hungry. We're going to be delivering your pizza now. And I'm like, okay, finally. And then the pizza comes to my house at like 10 o'clock, and I thought when they entered, because I was so mad, like I'm really nice to people with customer service, because I work in customer service. I worked as a waitress, I worked in fundraising. I'm generally really nice to those people, but when I get hungry, I get really frustrated, I get really mad, especially when it's over delayed and everything. And then, so basically, they came to my door and I expected to be yelling at them, being like, oh my god, what the fuck, where's my pizza? But anyways, I left like my little brother's toys around my room, not around my room, but around the front door, just to make it look like I had children when obviously I didn't. So the guy opens, I opened the door, and I thought I was gonna be yelling at him, be like, oh, here's my pizza finally. But I was like, hi, how's it going? How's your day? And he looked really surprised that I was just this small little nice girl. And then gave me the pizza, got a free small pizza as well, and a free Coke. And he said sorry, and I was like, oh, it's okay, don't worry, it's not your fault. And they left, and that's my pizza story of how I ordered pizza for like the first time in a really long time, and I fucked up, and I was so hella mad. I made like the longest Facebook status. This is my tapestry, by the way. It's pretty cool, because it like comes through my window, which I like. Anyways, hope everyone's having a lovely day, and yeah.